red currant glazed meatballs. I am cooking out in this pot here 2 shallots that I just softened up with a little bit of garlic in some butter and olive oil, and I added 1.5 cups of dry sherry. Now, if you want to use dried herbs, totally fine. We're gonna end up with about 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh. I would use 2 teaspoons versus 2 tablespoons if I was using dried rubbed sage. Stack them together and just run your knife through if you're using the fresh. And then pick some thyme. Oh, I've got 3 kind of double sprigs here, so 5 or 6 sprigs of thyme, or you can use 2 teaspoons of dry thyme instead. So to our reduced sherry and shallots, I'm going to take about 1/4 cup of Worcestershire, pour that in, 2 tablespoons of prepared Coleman's mustard, or 2 teaspoons of dry. And we're going to add about 1 cup of red currant jelly. So we've got all that pectin that will thicken this sauce. This is a 12-ounce jar, so we want about 2/3 of a jar. And we're going to whisk in about 1.5 to 2 cups of bone broth. And then we're going to let this glorious mixture thicken up for a good 20 minutes while the meatballs are in the oven. The thing I love to add to this is citrus zest. You can use lemon, which is delicious and classic. I'm going to use, because it's seasonal right now, some blood orange zest. I'm adding our chopped sage and thyme to the meat mixture. 4 slices minced meaty bacon. Yup, bacon. 1.5 pounds of lean ground sirloin that I seasoned with a little salt, white pepper, and black pepper, and 1/2 pound of spicy breakfast sausage. We're gonna add about 1 cup of toasted breadcrumb, our 1 egg that we popped into a dish to ensure that we had no shell, and then we're going to put a grater right over the bowl and grate in about 3 tablespoons of onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and freshly grated nutmeg. Oh, about 1/8 teaspoon. Take your rings off and get in there. Now we're going to roll these to be kind of like a generous bite. So about 1.5 inches or so. And I've got the oven hot to 400 degrees, and we're just going to spray them with a little bit of non-aerosol olive oil right before they go in the oven, is what we're going for. So I'm going to roll the meatballs and put them on a parchment-lined baking sheet, also lined with foil for easy cleanup. And the sauce will reduce as long as the meat is in the oven. So it should all come out just about perfect and all together in about 18-20 minutes. Here's our meatballs after 18 minutes. We take our kind of glazy gravy here and baste your meatballs with it, and then pass the rest of the sauce at the table.